You're listening to Mark of the Maker. Hey everybody, I'm Mark Steiner and you're listening to Mark the Maker, and this is episode 46 of the show, and this one is going to be a fun, silly, maybe goofball, topical episode. Hopefully you'll get a kick out of it. It's good. I expect you're going to hear us laugh a lot as we go through this one, and hopefully it makes you laugh too. Let's make sure we have our whole crew here with us this time. We seem to be particularly challenged with technical difficulties in getting this thing done, but we got it rolling this morning, and thankfully with us we have Mr. Tom Crine.
Hey guys, glad to be here.
And we have Mr. Michael Birch.
Always.
And we have Mr. Sean Kendrick.
Insert Van Halen, Ain't Talking About Love intro here.
Yes. I was just listening to Van Halen on my new Chevy Camaro the other day. It was fantastic.
That's extraordinarily American, my friend.
Yes, and it was getting beer for 4th of July. That was just an entirely American experience.
All right, tell me a group that has better group vocals than David Lee Roth era Van Halen.
Oh, no, solid. I had the same thought. I'm like, that harmony, man, they're kicking it.
Dude, that's all Michael Anthony.
Guys.
Dude's awesome.
Yes. I don't like Van Halen. I don't like him.
What?
I don't. Sorry.
Well, that's okay. We've all got our...
How are you so un-American? It was just
my hot
July
take.
4th.
Hot take. Thankfully, I have a mute button on the screen, and we can proceed. Michael, explain your distaste for Van Halen.
Their music does nothing for me. That's it. I don't know.
Dude, Hot for Teacher?
Yeah. Neat
Nothing.
song. Doesn't do much for me. Maybe Jump. Not bad.
Jump. Yeah.
They've jumped the shark by the time Jump came along.
Well,
Just my personal opinion. I don't know where Sean's at on that, but...
Now, dude, I like the 1984 album. There's some really solid material on there.
It was an
I
evolution.
mean, there's some filler, but
Yeah.
there's some good shit on there.
just, I don't know. Never did much for me.
It wasn't my favorite group of the time, but dude, their guitar, it's hard to argue with them. Vocals, I mean...
The guitar was interesting. That whole, Marshall, was
Make
it
it talk.
5150 stack or whatever? I don't know what the number was. That was a cool thing. But other than that, just doesn't do much for me.
I'm so sorry.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
It's art, man. It don't speak to everybody the same way.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about this episode. So we're doing this episode 46, topical episode. We need to make some disclaimers very early on in this episode. I have 4 of them. I only told the guys about 3, but I just had to add one just now. If you don't like Van Halen, don't listen to the episode. That's the first disclaimer. Disclaimer number 2. I know, I'm just teasing. Disclaimer, this is a Google episode. And frequent listeners will understand what I mean when I say Google episode. You're probably going to end up looking some stuff up on Google. Please do not do that while you're driving. I know for a fact we have people trying to look stuff up as they're rolling down the road. Please do not do that. You might not need Google as you listen to this episode. Like maybe if you're KL Bird or someone like that, you don't need it, but everyone else will. So high five Bird, and everybody else, don't look up stuff while you're driving.
He's Knife Google.
He's Knife Google.
Yeah,
He's
no shit.
the human Knife Google, no doubt. Okay.
Eidetic memory and all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, second episode, we're going to talk about gun stuff. That's not the focus of the episode, but given the topic that we're about to go into, it's kind of required as part of what's going to happen. So not everybody's a gun person. Lots of people listening to the show are, but we also know that we have lots of listeners that are not gun people. So if you don't like gun stuff and gun talk, we do a little bit of that normally anyway. There'll be a little bit of that in here too. So if you don't like gun stuff, you want to skip this one. And then the last one is we're going to talk about some end of the world apocalyptic scenarios that probably mostly will be hilarious and funny. Some might be weird. But the thing to know is that we are not survival experts, and this is not a survival podcast. It's more about the gear and what we would pick for one another for gear. But do not, 100% do not take our advice on survival because we don't know the fuck we're talking about.
I am an expert, Mark. I don't like you saying that I'm not.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Michael is a survival expert. I'm an idiot about it.
I've got an SAS handbook, you know. I am pretty much, you know, all you need.
What else do you need? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the business.
Right. Okay. So disclaimers out of the way. Michael, you want to explain what episode 46 is about? This was Michael's idea. So if you don't like this episode, blame him. But this was Michael's proposal. So let her rip.
We just wanted to have some fun. So each made up some survival situations and pick the gear we'd give to each other to survive said situation. Wanted to have something just to have fun with and playing around with, not so serious type of episode.
So for each of us, we're going around the table like we've done on lots of other episodes, right? Where we're picking knives for people or whatever, budget knives even, or stuff like that. But we're also talking about a scenario. So you're going to set up a scenario. Like I'm going to do that for Tom as an example, and then I'm going to set him up with some gear. What am I setting him up with specifically?
Cool stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So it's a fixed blade,
Folder,
folding knife, and a gun.
Yep.
And miscellaneous essential extras. Is that a fair description?
Little stuff for your bug out bag. You know, little good stuff.
The way I went at it, I chose a long gun, a handgun, a big knife, and a folder.
Ooh,
That's what
nice.
I didn't do 2 guns.
I didn't do 2 guns either, but that's all right.
Man, I may be out of the loop on guns, but I like guns.
Yeah, I did 2 guns for everybody.
Ooh,
Oh,
My dude.
looks like we're surviving better.
I did Hawks for everybody. I did
gee whiz.
2 fixed blades and a folder because, it'll be fun.
See, Tom said the homework is hard. That's because he put on extra credit upon himself.
You don't get an A+ in podcasting for this.
I also picked different packs for everybody.
Good God.
Jesus.
What? I mean, that's important.
Yeah.
Depends
You
on
got to be able to carry that shit.
Yeah.
I guess
This is gonna be
going
awesome.
first, so
It's
the
gonna be
rest of
fun.
us can research while we're podcasting.
A pack might matter depending on the scenario. I'm going to tell you I have a scenario where a pack would not be a factor.
Yep, me too.
Okay. So,
Man, I don't know about you guys, but prep for this reminded me of when I was like 10 years old and I would get the Brigade Quartermaster catalog and the USA Cavalry catalog on the same day, and I would go through picking out all the shit I wished I could buy.
that's been the fun in the past on some of the episodes where we're picking knives for one another too, right? Is it's like, oh, well, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And, it's like make-believe shopping list thing, like Sears Wish Book kind of stuff.
Commando going through that gun store.
Right.
Very much so, yes. And the Sears Wish Book. Man, you don't see the Wish Book anymore.
That's some old school talk. Sorry.
Kids are losing out. Although Amazon sent a Wish Book this year.
I saw that. I saw
Shane
it.
flipped the fuck out.
I bet.
He thought it was the greatest thing ever. I was like, no, that's smart marketing. Somebody should have got a bonus for sending those out.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Circling stuff. I mean, you go through there and just circle. I mean, you don't get any, but you circle it.
Well, and it's kind of an interesting evolution, right? I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff about online retailers kind of wiping out in-person, like storefronts and stuff, which I hate to see. And at the same time, that's what the Sears Wish Book was, right? It was basically mail away kind of mail order stuff. And so seeing Amazon sort of pick up that torch and carry it is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Toys R Us going out was a rough one because, we'd go in and at least have an idea of, what stuff they are looking at or thinking about and stuff like that. Having that in-person type of thing was nice.
Yeah.
And you can't just be like, hey, kids, go on Amazon and search because,
I want the motorcycle with the one wheel and unrealistic expectations if they just search.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just, afraid of what they might find.
Oh, yeah. That's true. My kids are old enough, I don't even think about that.
Yeah, right.
Ugh.
Okay,
Crazy
so if we get into this thing, we're going to go through each of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to propose, since Tom was the overachiever guy on picking stuff, we'll go through his first. That way we don't sound quite as stupid.
Yeah.
as we go through Tom's.
Now, we're going to do like one each or just like go through all three? How you want to do that?
Let's do for one person. Everybody do one person.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
That seems kind of fun.
I like that.
And that way you don't have to hear one person talk the whole 30 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be an hour for you with all your fucking picks.
Tom, did you pull SKUs for all the items or no?
Yeah.
I did Google a lot. I spent about 3 hours doing this, but
Wow.
That's about how long it took me.
Yeah, it's all stuff that I know about, but I did look up some stuff and Google some stuff. But yeah, I had one question before we get started. Are you guys on the scenarios? Are you guys okay if we use like your families, put them at risk a little bit?
Whoa! What?
It's fictional. It's fictional.
Why you want to hurt my family?
Yeah, Tom.
I don't. But some of these people are not nice.
Okay.
There's some crazy
He
stuff
wants to
happening.
give you the opportunity to save your family.
Yes,
I like that. All right.
All right.
Since I got two guns and a tomahawk and all that, bring it on.
And just a disclaimer, I didn't, if you've got a bug out bag, you should already be covering like fire, first aid, water, stuff like that, food, all that should be in your bag. I'm not going to cover all the little minute stuff. Like I said, this is more knife and gun related. So
It's the fun stuff.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you ever thought about having a bug out bag, which you should, just do the research, have multiple forms of fire, light, water, purification, all that stuff, depending on your scenario. And that's where it got fun with this, because as you'll see, different people need different things based on where they are. And yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, I didn't get into any of that. I mean, in the essentials part, I think that was Michael's almost like the fun section in some cases, but I didn't get into first aid stuff and water purification. Amy's like, oh yeah, they need a water filter. I'm like, shit, look at you. You just cancel out the disclaimer 3. We are not experts, girl. Listen.
Woohoo. Amy knows. She's smart.
She is. All right. So let's do this. We'll do Tom first. And then we'll do me.
Okay.
And then we'll do Michael.
All right.
And then I have a feeling that the most entertaining scenarios may be wrapped around Sean.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a guess.
It'll be interesting to see if we come up with the same scenarios.
Yes.
Sean is going to have an amazing apocalypse.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 3 pretty solid apocalypses going on here. And then a throwaway apocalypse that I thought about using for every one of you.
Oh.
Nice.
So
Sneaky.
inevitably, that's one of the things that's going to be interesting as we go through is sometimes when we do these picks kind of episodes, when we've done them in the past, usually everybody sends me their picks and then I tell everyone if they've crossed over so that we don't duplicate anything. And it's a distinct possibility that we're going to see some duplicates as we go through this thing.
Oh, yeah. All right.
We just spent 15 minutes sweating I'm using air quotes, rules, but it should be fun.
We're going to break them anyway.
Yeah,
Rules
right.
of our completely made up scenarios.
Exactly.
The rules are made up and the points don't matter. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
This was always the funnest part for me anyways, just like the wish book, planning like, oh, if this was going to happen, what would I want? What would I need?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now I put you guys in those situations, so it's even funner.
And our families, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit. I mean, come on.
Come on.
Just a little bit of danger.
Why you got to be like that? All right. So Tom's the first guy. So
That's-
Michael, this is Michael's idea. So Michael, why don't you take a swing at Tom's scenario and his gear?
Okay. Well, I don't want to short side him here or whatever. You've got a water world situation going on.
Oh, geez.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, this is real. Don't make fun of it. You're on a boat. It's just you, buddy.
Tom's on a boat?
Well, yeah, it's a water world thing. There's no land.
Oh, see, that's you picked his weakness, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I swim like a fish.
Okay.
Well, you can't swim for the rest of your life, so. Come on now.
Ouch.
No, I
serious.
definitely want a boat.
Well, yeah. I don't know what your boat looks like, but it's a boat. Okay. So you don't really need a bug out bag because you're not bugging out nowhere. You're already bugged out.
Bugging in.
You're on your boat. So for a pocket knife, I got you the Spyderco Catcherman. You know which one I'm talking about?
Nice.
The fillet.
Yeah, a little fillet knife because you're going to be eating a lot of fish, bro. I'm sorry.
So is this saltwater or freshwater?
I wondered about that as I was getting into it, and it's kind of your choice. You can have what you want. Is it going to be that, that underground water that's like 700 miles deep coming up? I don't know. Who knows what's going on there?
Catcherman's a solid choice for salt or freshwater.
Yeah,
well,
and I've got
fixing
one.
food. Yeah, I do too.
I use it for duck hunting a lot for the breasts.
Oh, yeah.
That blade is so nice and flexible.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I got you that. No problem. I do what I can for you.
Appreciate it.
Oh,
the
boy.
fixed blade I had issues with because in my head it was salt water. And I'm like, oh, man, I can't get you anything that's going to rust. But, I also want to get you a cool-ass knife. And you don't have one of these, a Robert Parrish 8-inch survival knife.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do not have one of those.
They're 440C, but they're also blasted. So you're going to need a little, oil on that sumbitch. Take care of it, Tom, all right?
I will.
Don't let it rust on you. Now, I love that knife. It's got, probably one of the most aggressive and user, teeth on it. Actually usable saw teeth.
Yeah, most of them don't really work well, but that knife looks like it would actually work good.
It's very similar to the Kershaw that you have.
Cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, there's nothing for you to saw because you're on a boat. But if you do find land, you're prepared.
Or if I get a big fish, I could saw through the vertebrae.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
very good
true.
call. Yep. So for the kids at home, this is the one they're going to go Google, right? Parrish Survival Knife, Parrish. And this thing it reminds me a lot of a Randall 18.
Very much. These were made in the 80s. You'll find them on eBay, and it's not. You'll look up Robert Parrish, and I guess there was an NBA player named that.
Very rarely.
Yeah, for the Celtics.
Yeah, so that'll pop up. That's not the guy. He didn't make knives. But they're fantastic. They were a bit brittle. You'll see a lot of them out there that have that are shorter because a tip broke on them.
Are they integral or are they multi-piece or what are they?
They're
multi-piece.
Yeah, they're multi-piece, but he came up with some way of making them very strong. And I don't know how he did it or what he used, but they're pretty amazing. They're amazing knives. I had a friend who had one, and I wanted it pretty badly. But
throwback fixed blade for Tom's pick.
Yeah, very much.
I like it.
Now, for your gun, this is going to be pretty important, so I'm going to let you choose which one. You can either have a rocket fishing rod.
Wow.
Yeah. Or a Billy Cho built AK. What you going to pick, Tom?
I'm going with the AK, dude.
How are you
going with Billy Cho
bro?
AK. What?
How you going to fish, bro?
Look, you're trying to present him with a moral dilemma as part of your scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any other fishing gear.
I mean, you got line, but this is a rocket fishing rod. Have you seen one?
No, what is that?
I haven't.
You'll have to Google it up. It's built for kids. Basically, you pump it and it shoots the lure out.
It looks like a super soaker, except it's a fishing rod. I'm going with the AK. I'm going with the Billy Joe AK, dude.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I can just hang stuff off the boat and fish, but I can't repel borders with a rocket-propelled fishing rod.
But what if you really need to get that lure out there?
If you had an undermounted 40 millimeter grenade launcher, you could use it for the same purpose as the rocket fishing rod.
That's right.
Yeah, I helped a bunch of kids at a party go fishing.
That looks hilarious.
Dude. A couple of them had that, and I was thankful for it because those were the ones I wasn't getting line out of trees.
Oh, yeah.
It was constant.
Hilarious, dude.
Cast this for me and do that, and you're like, oh, another one stuck in a tree.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, as far as like your bug out, though, some things I added for you, which I think are very thoughtful of me. You're welcome. is
Burks is patting himself on the back over there.
a lot of suntan lotion.
Yes.
You really got to stay safe out there. Okay?
Appreciate it.
Cavenders. I got you some Cavenders, like a big bottle of Cavenders.
What is Cavenders?
It's seasoning, man.
Oh,
For fish.
The fish seasoning. I got you.
You know what? I take it back. You don't get Cavenders.
Oh,
Holy crap.
You get pepper now. You didn't know what
I
Cavenders
just
was.
asked, man.
wow.
I can't believe you don't know what Cavenders is.
Okay.
I didn't either.
I knew what it was, but
Wow.
Well, I'm an Old Bay guy, so you can take your Cavenders and do whatever the fuck you do with it.
Ooh. Oh.
Sean's loadout just changed magically.
Yeah. Old Bay is the Van Halen of season, if you ask me.
It went to High Point, huh?
Exactly.
Oh.
So yeah, you get some seasoning, and you get, enjoy it, And that's what I got for you, bro. I think you'll do pretty well out there.
Check that out.
And I hope you find land.
I've got a map.
Sweet.
Wasn't that the premise of Waterworld? Wasn't there a tattooed map or something?
It was on a girl, I think.
Yeah. So I got to find the girl. All right.
Nice.
Also, I think you evolved gills.
Ooh.
I'm adding that to the scenario. Just like Costco.
yeah.
You got the gills, man.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah.
I
don't need
forgot he had
rock.
gills.
I don't need a rocket fishing pole. I'm at the top of the food chain.
Top is a strong word in the ocean, my friend.
Yeah, this is true.
You might want to check yourself.
He said I could have fresh water.
Yeah, okay, maybe fresh water, but still.
You think an AK would fire underwater?
Not reliable. That's why they came up with those weird dart shooting underwater rifles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I almost got you one of those wasp injection knives. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, dude, that would actually be pretty cool.
That was on my potentials list.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you gonna? I mean, I guess you want to kill some sharks and stuff, but if you had the gills, you'd be doing that with the wasp. But I'm like, then what about the cylinders? CO2 cylinders?
Right.
I don't know.
Scavenging them.
I like how I gave myself rules in this made up Waterworld situation where
Yes.
you get a big old thing of Cavenders and endless lures. But I was worried about the CO2 cartridges.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, beat that, guys.
You should have tried to make up some humility along the way, too, while you're making things up. But whatever.
I was going to drop the mic, but it's kind of expensive.
Please don't
That may
drop
be-
the mic.
That may be why mine's not working.
Yeah, right. Tom's dropped it too many times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sean, do you want to go next for Tom's picks or you want me to?
No, absolutely. I'll hit it. All right, man. Like I said, you get a rifle, a handgun, a big knife, and a folder. So for your scenario, I'm going with kind of a Cormac McCarthy, The Road sort of thing.
Ouch.
A lot of muted colors, a lot of flannel and shit. And your rifle is a Marlin 1895 Dark. Which
Bam.
is a 4570 lever gun,
Yeah.
blacked out, already ready to have a suppressor, 1913 rail on top. Just a super nice lever gun.
Are you shitting me?
What?
Overlap.
Well, there's going to be overlap. That's what we said.
But that's a weird one to overlap on.
It's
Like
not
even
as-
the model, you picked the dark model.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of
you got
a
good
really
taste.
cool gun that came out recently. So, yeah, I think that's cool.
Sean, what did you say his scenario was? Or did you?
It's kind of like The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
Okay,
Just kind of wandering, looking for other civilization, trying to survive.
Okay.
Everything's
great.
bleak.
It's a great comedy book
Okay.
and movie. So you'll
Yeah.
laugh.
Really uplifting.
Yeah, totally.
Feel good story.
Nothing but up notes in that story, boy.
At least you're fishing in my scenario.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
Yeah, sorry, Sean.
Sweet rifle.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having one myself. Which you can say that about any gun I put on here.
Dude, suppressed lever is just the business.
Mm-hmm.
The beeswax, most definitely. I've been actually thinking a lot about lever guns here lately.
Yes.
A whole lot. Like,
One of my favorite platforms.
man, okay. I'm going to share with you what I've been thinking. I would like to work up a lever gun that feeds from Glock magazines.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
That would be cool.
That
There's
would
a couple.
be totally nuts.
Yeah, and it would be cool.
Yeah, that just expands on the whole retrofuturistic thing of lever with the suppressor, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be so cool.
That's part of what makes that gun so cool set up that way is like it's modern stuff with old cowboy stuff, right? It's like juxtaposition thing is awesome.
That's seriously a great idea. You should like take that somewhere. That's
Man, I've
freaking
got concept
awesome.
drawings. I mean, seriously, I've been thinking very fucking hard on this.
I got a CNC. We can make it. I just have to get an FFL.
Yeah, well, Billy Cho, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Billy is twisting my arm so hard to get an FFL, and he makes it seem like just the easiest, greatest thing ever. It's
Same
hard not
here,
to.
man. Same here. It's pretty cheap right now, too.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, you've got the full sales spiel from him, too, I see.
Yep.
Too funny. All right, what else you got, Sean?
All right, for your handgun, I chose a classic Smith & Wesson Model 10 M&P.
Nice.
Okay.
It's
Gotta love
just
that.
a classic wheel gun. It's going to work every damn time, and it's a wheel gun that I'm very fond of because I grew up around them. There was generally one in the glove box of the car.
38 special.
Yeah, man, I'm a fan of 38 Special.
Me too.
I don't think you necessarily need 357 Magnum every time. I like the way 38 handles. I like the way it shoots. It works for me.
357 can hurt, man.
In a
Oh,
little
man.
gun, it can.
Shit, yeah, it can. I mean, some of the small guns and the light guns, I'm like, no, man, I don't want to shoot it. You can just hit my hand with a ball bat and
Yeah.
we'll
What
call
was
it
that?
good.
What's that one that the ultralight Smith & Wesson, they called like titanium or something?
It's
Oh, the little Scandium revolver.
I
Airweight.
shot a 357 out of that, and a hammer
It's
to
like-
my...
It's like catching an outfield ball without a glove, just with your bare hand.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, no fun.
even the full stainless 3-inch Model 60. After you shoot a couple cylinders, your hand feels pretty tore up. 38s, you can shoot all day.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can't catch them on fire if you're shooting 38s. 357, you got plus damage just from fire. Light
like
their ass on fire.
Right.
It's like a D&D reference there. Plus
Yes.
damage.
Did you like
Yeah.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Well played, Tom.
And we'll say this Smith & Wesson's been worked over by Clark Custom, so it's got a slick trigger and
Nice,
Dude,
nice.
and polished all around.
Are you reading my mind? Because I've been on their website like every day for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Man, I've been looking at a lot of their stuff too, because they do some stuff with the older guns that nobody else is touching, and I really like seeing that.
Dude, hold on just a second. The revolver they're doing that they cut the underlug from, the custom lightweight revolver. Have you seen those?
No.
Dude, they're so cool. It's like they machine. It's a built for competition shooting, but yeah, check it out. It's really cool. Very old school,
Competition guns are usually pretty badass.
dude. It's really cool. But anyways, sweet, Sean. Thanks, man.
Lever and revolver is like straight up old school tip of the hat. I like it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right down my alley too.
Man, okay, I found the pistol. That is a slick looking pistol.
Isn't that cool, man?
Shit, yeah. All right, nice. All right, on to your blade. Your big blade, I chose a deadheader from the Jones Brothers.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
That
I mean,
is a
just,
cool blade.
No shit, man. I mean, it's everything you need a big knife to be. You can machete with it. You can process stuff with it. It's just a great big knife. It's got plenty of handle. The balance is wonderful because of that big handle in relation to the big blade. It's just a great fucking big knife.
I just watched some of those be built by them.
Yeah, I was gonna say they just built some, right?
Yeah, that's what got me thinking about it.
You get 2 hands
Seeing
on
that
it.
batch up.
Nice.
Jones Bros. More old school badassery. I like it.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think it all goes with, the vibe we're trying to create here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And shout out to Barry and Phil.
Yes.
Yep.
Now for your folder, to keep with kind of the old school theme, and we went with the Almar SERE folder.
Yeah.
Those were cool.
Nice.
Those
Dude,
were
classic
really cool.
lockback folder. It's robust, good steel, good construction.
Dude,
for a survival folder, you can't ask for too much more than one of those.
I totally kicked myself. I had one and a buddy wanted it and I sold it to him. But yeah, those were neat. They made 2 different sizes too. I had the big one.
Yeah, that's the one I would choose.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Sweet loadout, man.
I hope you enjoy it. Use it in good health.
Yeah,
Thanks.
well done. Well done. All right. So I wasn't sure what to do for Tom for a scenario, so he got the lamest scenario that I came up with, but straight zombie apocalypse type thing. He's trapped at the shop, potentially on the roof, trying to defend the shop and deal with his whole surroundings. So that was my kind of boring scenario, I guess. Not unusual scenario that I picked for Tom for this kind of conversation.
Ironically, when I redo Next Door, I'm going to put a roof hatch just for that reason.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, if you got the high ground,
Yep.
that would be cool,
Just ask
right?
Anakin Skywalker, right?
My gun selection will make a lot more sense when we get to that. So the fixed blade that I've chose for Tom is it's a sword that I've heard him talk about before, and I struggled with this because it's called either a gladius or a gladius, and I've heard it said both ways, and I don't know which is correct. Do you guys know what is actually correct? Is there correct?
I don't know.
I don't
Let's
know.
Google
I've
it.
always called it a gladius, but I've heard it both ways.
That's what happened to me. I tried to look up what's the proper way, and I heard people saying it both ways. So John Gage on the USN made some gladius that were super badass with a monster fuller. They were just gorgeous. And
They were.
zombie slayer kind of monster sword kind of things. They were really, really cool. And so that's what I picked for Tom's fixed blade. Probably, because he would think it's really fun in some kind of strapped across his back kind of sheath arrangement.
Yeah.
He might need longer arms because it's pretty fucking big. But
They're not that long, are they?
I don't know. I thought they were pretty decent size. Oh, I actually have a picture of the ones.
They're
I saved
short stabbing sword, so.
I saved pictures of the ones that I picked out for you guys. I'll have to put these in the group when we do it. So Tom's.
So are you
Oh yeah,
giving
you're
him
right. It's
longer
not
arms
terribly long.
in this scenario?
He could have longer. He could evolve
All right.
longer arms. Hey, if he can get gills, he can have longer arms.
That's true.
Great. I look like a monkey with gills now.
Yeah, this one's pretty decent size. The one in the middle is the one that I was thinking.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Hand rub,
Yeah.
straight legit.
Oh, yeah. It's
Harm
still
to-
not super big, but yeah, that is cool, man.
Yeah. He did a nice job on them, I think, and they're really, really cool. So, okay, so that was the fixed blade that I picked for Tom because much in the Jones Bros headlopper style, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the folder I picked for Tom is actually something from one of you guys, and that is Sean's Spiraling Demise in folder form, which is one gnarly dude. I love the Spiraling Demise in both its incantations, fixed and folder, because it is stabby and nasty, which I'm confident was part of Sean's intent. Very, very, very pointy. That one's a 0. That's what I would give Tom as a 0 ground frame lock.
Oh, cool. That is a cool knife.
Thank you.
And it, I imagine, gets business done for this kind of situation. So
Yeah.
that's a very, very good thing.
Yeah, I like to think that one shows my distaste for the human race.
It really, really does. And then for Tom's gun situation, because he would be on the roof of the shop, because that's where any smart person would be in this situation, obviously. He has a Bren in 7.62.
Oh.
So that he can rain hate from up high. And, being a World War II era gun, I thought that would fit and be cool.
Oh,
That
dude,
would
it's
be
a
fun.
fucking brain gun. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but color me
Yeah.
surprised and delighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm like, he would like something modern and cool, but what would be super badass and old school and fit the scenario? And that's what I came up with. It was a Bren. So they chambered it in lots and lots of different calibers. I think 6 or 7 different calibers. 7.62 by 39 seems easy, and it's out there. So
That's like with the mag that goes up the top, right?
yes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yep, with a bipod.
Somebody was shopping at Atlantic Firearms.
Well, hey, and he's going to have 7.62 because he'll have his AK from his days in the water. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
have a good
Sweet.
supply. And then essentials. I did pick a couple of essentials.
I get more sunscreen because I'm on the roof.
No, you got that covered.
Damn it.
in the other scenario, but I did get you an extremely large volume couch so that you can keep all this stuff safe and stored
Oh.
inside.
Go.
And you'd have a place to sleep at the shop. That would be important. I got you some Goal Zero solar panels so that you can charge your shit.
Yeah.
And I know that's your thing. And you could also charge the batteries for your Boss 70 in titanium, because I know you like that light. And then in this scenario, there's Arby's directly next door. So you would have access to the Arby's to make sure that you are fed at all
Yeah.
times,
Beef and cheddar.
possibly
Sesame
through a skywalk of some kind.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm
And
set.
he's got stuff to be able to make that kind of thing in the shop. So why not?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it, man. That was my picks.
That's awesome.
for Tom Crine.
Very nice. Nice work,
All
guys.
set up. Those were fun scenarios.
One, you got folders and swords and
Yeah.
machine guns. You can't lose.
Yeah. Oh, and they forgot to tell you guys this. They actually made a USN Ketcherman back in the day.
Yeah.
That's actually the one I have.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't it a black blade?
Black blade and green handle.
Yeah. I had one too, and I actually gave it to my father-in-law because he is a big fisherman guy. And he's got it in his tackle box to this day. He said it's great.
Nice.
All right. So that's one round done. Okay. So what we laid out was that I was next.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever you guys wants to go, let her rip.
Well, I'll go ahead and go. I'm not scared.
I would hope not.
I gave you an EMP scenario
Oh.
because I don't know why, but I think you like your electronics so much. I'm like, well, let's take them all away.
Wow.
Let's take everything you love
Let's
Yeah.
just take that away.
and
Gosh.
throw it in the trash.
The sad
Part
part.
where I'm supposed to say thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, it'll get cool for you. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
The sad part was, in the books and the movies, it's like it kills cars and things like that. It doesn't really. I think a lot of modern cars will, like, if they're not running, they can start up.
We
From
actually
what I
test
read.
for that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but not in this scenario. Sorry.
That's funny.
But it makes a good, movie or a book. Be like, oh, I gotta get this old car. So, this EMP takes out modern cars. But luckily, you're over there by the History Museum, the Chevy.
Oh yeah.
You get yourself the 1958 Firebird 3 concept with the turbine.
Awesome.
Everything else is wiped out, but that car, it's doing all right.
Only the turbine car. I like that.
Yeah, you don't have the wires in the road or whatever, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, we can make it work.
Yeah. So, and here's why I think I was really helpful for you. A really badass knife just came out. I got you a Spyderco bombshell.
Overlap.
Shameless plug.
Yeah,
And overlap.
Nice.
I hear it's a really fantastic.
Right. Fabulous designer, all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah,
understand.
the designer.
Yeah. Okay.
So great. The lines, fantastic.
No danger pickle.
Right.
Yeah, the danger pickle.
That's what it's. Yeah, that's his unofficial name, Tom. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what you got to call it.
So yeah, you got that for your everyday, carry. And interestingly enough, you I have a love for concept cars.
Yes.
Always have. When I was, you guys, you need to look up the Firebird 3. The interesting story, fantastic history. It was it goes against a lot of what was used then. There was no chrome, but they did use a lot of the lines in Cadillacs later on, which I did not know.
Yes.
Did not realize till later.
Yep.
But anyway.
There's actually 3 of them. There's a series of them. Michael's talking about a specific one, but there's a whole series of those cars that got built, and yeah, they're very space, airplane, jet fighter inspired kind of designs.
Where
Oh, yeah.
where are
Yeah,
they
a
now?
little
Do
bit.
you
It
know?
looks like from Buck Rogers.
Oh yeah, I mean that whole era was we're following space, so we're going to follow the design of rockets, and it's awesome.
It's what
Love
people.
those.
It was futuristic at the time, right?
Yeah.
That's where people thought things would go. Tom, those cars are actually. I saw all 3 of them together. Firebird 1, 2, and 3. There's a GM thing. This is what I think Michael was referring to, called the Heritage Center, the General Motors Heritage Center, and it's like a museum, but it's closed to the public. You can get in there sometimes on special days with an employee like me. And it is like the company's own collection of its old concepts, special cars, special, VIN number 0 or 1 kind of cars and other stuff. And there's a ton of concept Corvettes in there. There's these Firebird concepts, which, this is all, those cars were designed way before the Pontiac Firebird. So it wasn't, that name wasn't tied to a brand at the time. It was just a conceptual thing. But there's cool stuff in there. There's like old engines, right? Like what they called the mystery motor. There's all kinds of nutty stuff in there. Old neon dealership signs. The very first computers that we ever put in a car are in there, which is really, really cool. We made an electric version of the Corvair van. It's called the Core Van, and it actually had electric power in the early 60s, mid 60s. So all those different crazy things are in there. And some of that collection has been sold off over the years, especially when we went through the bankruptcy and other stuff. But a lot of them are still there, and it is a really, really, really cool place. So if any of you ever get a chance to go in there with someone, take that opportunity because it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. If you'd been smarter, you would have grabbed a Future Liner and tossed the Firebird in it.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But you didn't. I'm sorry.
You're good, but not that good.
No. But for a fixed blade, I got you something that I think will be very cool.
Okay.
I got you that Jason Knight Kukri you've been wanting for a long time.
Baby. Very well done.
That the bubbles pop up on that Firebird, you pull that Kukri out, it's business time.
Yes.
They're not going to like you.
No, that Kukri is just...
So did
it
you
says
go
bad
with
stuff's about to happen.
What the collaboration Kukri?
I got him, he's gonna be pretty bored, so yeah, I got him some Integral Damascus. You can look at it and stuff. I want him to be classy too.
Right.
Talk about overlap. Ha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
All right.
Cool.
Now, I didn't get you a pistol, but I did pick for you a Scar 20S and 6.5 Creedmoor.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So I don't even have to worry about taking a long time to spool up the turbine in the Firebird. I can just get somewhere in like a neighboring zip code and deliver it.
You're good.
I like that.
Now, I want you to, like I said, I want you to be classy and styling. So I also included in your bug out clippers and instructions on how to give yourself a flat top.
That's pretty epic.
Mm-hmm.
That's really critical. I'm sporting the Zero Everywhere look at the moment, but yeah.
And you said we weren't survival experts? I mean, come on. This is crucial shit.
What was that? Was it a suck cut or something that you could get?
A suck cut.
What? Well, the Flowbee was
Flowbee,
the actual
What was
product.
it, like
the
a
suck cuts
vacuum?
from Wayne's World.
Yeah, Flowbee was...
It's
It
suck
hooks
cut.
to your vacuum?
Yep.
The suck cut is what I have right now, Tom, where it's just Zero Everywhere. But you're thinking of the Flowbee, like Sean said.
The
sorry.
suck cut.
No, yeah.
That's what you get at Aldi's, that couldn't afford the Flowbee.
I think that's what Mark got, and that's why he has the all over nothing. He got the suck cut. I always thought that would be like the perfect name for that because there's no good haircut you can get from a vacuum thing.
Yeah. It would be accurate, probably.
Yeah.
But it probably not quite as marketable as Flowbee.
Yeah.
Doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well. Suck cut.
The suck cut.
Looks
Give
like you
your
got one of
kid
them
the
suck cuts.
cut.
Right. Awesome. That sounds like a fine lineup, Birch. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Getting the Firebird 3 fired up might be challenging, but that's part of the scenario, right?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. You should have grabbed that Future Liner, like I said.
Yeah. That would be the difficult part. You get into the Heritage Center and then picking a vehicle.
Oh,
There's some pretty badass stuff in there. The original Mako Shark Corvette is in there. There's all kinds of cool stuff.
yeah, I almost went concept Corvette on you.
Yeah.
How's come he gets a cool concept car and I got a boat?
Well, it's a concept boat.
You could have made it like a cool boat.
All right, you
Dude,
got a
okay, it's a fucking awesome cigarette boat.
Yeah.
you've got a
Chaparral.
1938 Chris Craft barrelback.
Bam.
There you
Ooh, yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Sweet.
No problem.
It's got the 351 in it. Didn't those come with like Ford motors, I think?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Something just
Mark,
stuck,
I almost put you in a Ford Fiesta.
something just stuck in my craw. Yeah, that would be great.
Dude, yeah, it would have been hilarious to put Mark in a Ford Fiesta.
Yeah. He was trying to be nice. He wanted me to be classy.
But it would be a tuned Ford Fiesta.
Right. A super badass Ford Probe.
But I wanted you to have the will to live. I wanted you to carry on.
Right. Yeah, right. He don't want me giving up.
You didn't want your car given out.
Not if the goal is survival, right? I could have just kookeried it all right there on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well played.
Self-kookery, that'd be rough. Oof, I don't even want to think
Yeah.
about it. All right. Who wants to go next, Tom or Sean?
Sure, I'll go. So this is in the future, let's say 2026, and it's kind of crazy.
Which
world
might be my retirement date. Sorry to interrupt. Just throw that in there.
Okay, well, I didn't know that, but
Retiring.
we'll
from life.
pretend you're not. You lost all your pension gambling in Vegas, and so you can't retire.
Plot twist, they call that.
There's more and more concern about petroleum-powered cars, and there is a new militant vegan terrorist group called the Screaming Mean Greenies that has taken interest in Detroit.
Wow.
Ooh.
And due to the...
This podcast does not represent the views of Mark Steiner or his employer, but please continue.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm not for that either, but these are scary vegan terrorists.
Oh, boy.
Domestic terrorists. And so they decided to wage a subtle war on Detroit, and they took advantage of the decreased property prices. And so they've infiltrated and started buying up the community. And now there's thousands of these people in Detroit.
Okay.
And there's been rising threats towards employees and families, and just trying to scare people, use scare tactics. And for whatever reason, your boss decided to send you downtown for some training for a couple nights. So you're in Detroit.
Okay.
And just for the record, this scenario is called Escape from Detroit.
Oh.
I was about to say, this is a very
It's called-
Snake Plissken-esque.
So you're there taking classes on communication strategies and conflict management. I don't know if that had to do with your red hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Personality. Who
yeah,
knows?
so while you're there, things start heating up, and they start their terrorist activities, and they start firebombing all petrol cars. And
Wow.
luckily, you had taken your gear up to the room, because you don't go anywhere without your bug out bag.
Right.
And
But I do
you
have
gotta-
compliance with all corporate policies, but keep going.
right, and so this was at night, and you're not at work. So, but long story short, you're scared for your family's safety.
Yeah.
There's some bad stuff going down in Detroit, and you've got to get out of town, and you don't have a vehicle. So yeah, that's the scenario.
Okay. Very detailed. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for your bag, I picked a bag for you. I picked a Gamut 2.0. It's a Vertex Gamut.
Nice.
It's got a Premier Body Armor Level 3A panel in it. And I chose a heather black with mustard grass color. This is a pack that if you look at it, it doesn't scream tactical. And that in an urban situation, I think is very important. So that's your pack. Luckily, you had that up in your room. And for guns, I picked two guns for you. I didn't pick a long gun for you because you're in an urban environment. Your best course is to be the gray man and go unnoticed as you exfiltrate.
Right.
So,
I want to be able to mingle amongst the terrorists if I need to.
yeah, you want to not look like you be the gray man, right? So,
Okay.
anyways, for your primary weapon, you've got a Wilson Combat XDC X9 or EDC X9, which is their new double stack 1911. I know
nice.
you shoot 1911s, and I think this is a really good choice if you like 9mm and shoot the 1911 platform. So that's if things go loud, you've got that, and you've got it in a G-code inside the waistband holster, and you got 4 extra mags.
Oh, you made me much thinner too with the inside the waistband. I really like that. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think you could rock it. I think this would work good.
What does Wilson make their own? They don't make their own frames, do they?
Yeah, dude. So the Haas guy that worked, the salesman that came and sold me my machine.
Yeah.
He also sells to Wilson, and he said they've got 40 of the Haas CNCs. They make all their frames. They make everything
really?
now.
Oh,
they make all their barrels in-house.
I never saw those before. Oh, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, this is a really cool little gun. And then since it's in the future, level 3 night vision has gotten a lot cheaper. It's still expensive, so not everybody has it, but you've decided, since where you live is an urban environment, being able to see in the dark, yeah, it gives you a pretty big advantage. So you've got your night vision. So
nice.
I also hooked you up with a Ruger 2245, totally rebuilt with Volkerson internals, and it's got an RMR Type 2 with a 6.5-inch dot, which is also night vision compatible, and you've got a Silencer Co. Osprey on it.
Yeah, of course it does.
So you've got a Surefire X2 light and laser underneath too. So really, this is pretty much all you need to get out. Just in case it gets loud, you got the Wilson. I also threw you a Leatherman F4, a Leatherman Free P4, I guess. That's the same Leatherman I carry. It's a really good knife to have in your bag, and in case anything goes down, you can work on it.
Nice.
For a folder, you chose to go with a super good cutting machine. It's your pretty much favorite knife you've ever had. It's what you carry every day. It's a Spyderco Techno 2 with a regrind.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you can wear that in the office and no problem.
Right.
For your fixed blades, I gave you a Bob Terrazula M30 Battle Guard.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
And a David Sharp utility field knife, just in case you needed to do some other cutting chores.
Yeah.
And I also chose to give you a Winkler R&D compact with the walnut grips and the front spike. It's they're very small, compact, but pretty mean in close combat. So that's your bug out. That's your loadout.
Fantastic.
Damn.
The Seok compact, the little stubby guy with the spike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
almost bought one of those a little while back.
I want one really bad. I need a Winkler for the wall. At least one.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I mean, this had everything. It had a backstory. It had purpose.
I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
You told me to create a scenario, man.
I just meant like a bullshit one like I did.
And you did wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else feeling a little out here? Or?
Yeah, it's very,
I'm just thinking
very
about
nice.
a suppressed Mac 10 with a scope on it since he mentioned fucking Escape from New York.
Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. M30 Battle Guard is a way, way cool piece. People should go look that up.
Yeah.
It is awesome. And I figured for silencing people, being quiet and stealthy.
Now, I watched this movie in my head as you related out. Excellent storytelling. The firebombing.
Birch is about to critique your story. Just buckle up.
I'm saying if I'm watching that movie, I'm like, so these guys don't like petrol fuels, so they're firebombing cars with gas firebombs?
Oh,
yeah, giving them their own.
maybe
Birch, come
they
on.
just use the existing fuel in the tank to destroy those evil cars.
Okay. Just make that little change in the script.
It's poetic
Saying,
to him.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nice. I like that.
The irony
I like
of it all.
that.
Dude,
Fantastic.
the screaming mean greenies, they're badass, man. They're really kind of scary.
They must be stopped. If you get a chance, go Google Terzola M30 Battle Guard. There's some old school ones out there, pictures of them, But M30 Battle Guard, very, very cool knife. Definitely go check that out. Well, thank you, Tom. That is a very thoughtful scenario and loadout.
You should look into some of that stuff. It could happen.
I should, especially that suppressed
Don't go to Vegas.
2245. No, don't go to Vegas.
Not if you're wanting to go to retire in 20.
Yeah, sorry about your gambling habit. I didn't know about that. Shit.
I'm not. Live your best life, man. It's just fucking money.
Yeah, I got a Sparrow on my 2245.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, the Sparrow's awesome.
And you
I
get
love that little suppressor.
the little bolt clacking as the primary sound.
Oh yeah. When it hits, I had to like change my backstop because it's like, man, hitting that wood's awful loud.
Right. It's weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I've got a AAC Pilot. It's crazy quiet on a bolt.
Yeah. Oh, I put it on I picked up a Ruger Precision rifle in 22 and put that on there, and it's stupid quiet.
I think Tom's scenario of the NVG with the suppressed 22 with the Battle Guard, that's definitely a get out of town on the quiet
Right?
kind of combo.
No kidding.
Well done, Tom. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very.
Woo.
All right. What about you, Sean?
All right, man. I'm going to set you in the scenario that comes from the classic post-apocalyptic movie, Hell Comes to Frogtown, starring Roddy Piper.
What? What the hell? This is an actual movie?
It is an actual fucking movie. When I was about 14, I watched it on USA Up All Night.
Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Let me give you a quick plot summary.
Please.
This
do.
film is set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where few fertile men and women exist due to atomic fallout. As a result, the government places a high priority on those that can still breed. Shortly before the movie opens, a group of mutant amphibians who have been exiled to the desert by humans capture a group of fertile women and are using them as sex slaves. Sam Hell is a nomadic traveler who wanders the countryside. He's eventually captured by an organization of warrior nurses, the closest thing to a government in this region of the world, who reveal that they located him by tracking the trail of pregnant women left in his wake.
I feel like I kind of need to see this movie.
Wow.
That was
So
a
that's your scenario, man.
So
You're one of the last few fertile men on Earth, and you're trying to stay alive because the frogs want to
That
kill you.
is amazing.
a trail of pregnant women. What?
Dude, I could not make this shit up if I tried. It is an actual movie. I'm reading you the plot synopsis off Wikipedia.
That's fantastic. So I am Roddy Piper in this scenario?
You are the Roddy
virile
Piper
man.
character.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That is awesome.
I would read more, but I don't want to spoil it for our listeners. So I couldn't even say it with a straight face.
You don't-
God, it's awful.
you don't want to
have
ruin the
no
story.
idea how
Come on.
bad this fucking
No.
movie is.
I love that the guy's name is Sam Hell. Hence,
Whoops,
Hell
Sam
comes to
Hell.
Frogtown.
Yeah, because hell's coming to Frogtown.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He's got to go rescue all the warrior nurses that the frogs have kidnapped.
Wow.
And the frogs, the amphibians are stuck in the desert. That seems like a bad place.
Well, they're getting by.
Come on, Tom. You can have gills. Frogs can be in the desert.
Okay.
Well, these are humanoid frogs.
Yeah. Or frogonoid humans, one or the other.
Yeah,
Quick
whatever you want
question.
to call them. They walk bipedal.
All right. That was a great scenario, Sean. Thank you. No.
How much cocaine was snorted when they wrote that?
All of it. Fucking
Yeah.
all of it.
Surprising there's any left.
Wow. Okay. Hell comes to Frogtown. I'm going to go watch it, Sean. It might be on Amazon, it looks like.
Dude, you won't make it through more than 20 minutes.
Up All Night was definitely known for its fine cinema choices.
Indeed. I mean, it's got Sandahl Bergman from Conan the Barbarian in it. She's the lead female role.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, times must have been tough. All right. But anywho.
It was a
with that
Roddy
choice little
Roddy
nugget,
Piper
you know.
vehicle, okay? That's what this comes
No,
down.
it was a Roddy Piper vehicle. There's no two ways about that. They live, it is not.
Right.
All right. So first up, we'll talk about your rifle. I gave you a Radian Model 1 223 Wild chambering, and it's just a great rifle. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
the current, peak evolution of the AR as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll say, 10.5-inch barrel because short guns are cool, right?
Hell yeah, they are.
So you got your Radian Model 1 with your shorty barrel, and then your sidearm. I gave you an Agency Arms Glock in the Sage Dynamics package.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Oh, dude, it's a slick pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agency Arms Sage Dynamics. Google that shit. It's solid.
Yeah. I had a chance a little while ago to check out an Agency Glock. It was very, very nicely built gun.
Yeah. Everything I've seen, they just do a nice job. I like what they're doing with the platform.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome 1-2 punch on the firearms.
I gave you more modern,
Yeah, yeah. Well, hang on. I'm getting Frogtown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sean,
exactly. You got to be ready.
Right?
Yeah, you can't play around.
You've got one, right? A Radian?
Yeah.
Those things are effing amazing.
Yes, they are. I mean, dude, I've never seen cleaner machining on an AR.
That's what I was about to say. I just look at it and I'm just like, it all flows,
It exudes quality.
This isn't, parts built, put together. This is like, man, they're amazing. I love the Radian.
Is that where Billy was at one point?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's who turned me on to it.
And it seems like Billy told us in his episode, or maybe offline from that episode, that those guys were super crazy about their machining finishes and like making sure that they were no shit perfect, right? They were very picky about
just
that.
meticulous.
Yeah.
They were ATXS before?
Yeah, there you go.
Because I have a 300 blackout in the AT or whatever they were before, and then the 5.56 in the Radian when they changed the name or whatever. And just holy shit, they're gorgeous guns.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
All right. What else did you pick, Sean?
All right. For your big blade, I got you a Miller Brothers Wakizashi.
Oh, fantastic.
Ooh.
Yeah, those guys do stunning big knives. I mean, just really hard using big shit. I dig it. I dig their aesthetic. And man, yeah, it would be a workhorse. If I had to wade into a bunch of frogs, I would want that Wakizashi to help slice them down.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And then for your folding knife, I chose a Sibbert Pocket Rocket. Hopefully he would be willing to do a custom clip point blade for you. I think that would work really well.
Heck yeah.
He's going to Frogtown.
Yeah.
Of course he would.
Yeah, it's Frogtown.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's not going to leave you hanging. It's Shane.
No. No, that's a really, really cool combo.
Mm-hmm.
That Miller Brothers setup is pretty sweet, man.
Man, I like a lot of the stuff they do.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
they have
quite the
some
loadout.
cool ones. Well, very nice, Sean.
Thank you.
I have to say, though, the scenario might be coolest of all of what you just talked about.
Yeah, I almost rolled with that as the scenario for everybody, but
Yeah, I could certainly see that.
That disclaimer seems sillier and sillier as we go on.
Which disclaimer?
That we are not survival experts.
You mean we didn't need to say it up front? People would just know by now?
I think they may catch the hint.
Yeah, they may have caught on by now. You're right.
Nah.
No, Tom's got this. He's bringing it home. The next pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think so that was all three for me. Thank you, fellas. Very thoughtful, very fun. And so I think Michael is up next.
I'm excited.
Yeah, man. So Tom, you want to make some loadout selections for Michael?
His scenario is a fishing trip gone bad.
Why do I feel like Tom just pulled out a script that
That hurts.
like he's written this all down? He's got details and
Well, yeah, I got like 6 pages of notes.
I mean, it's called being prepared. Maybe you've heard of it.
right, yeah.
So basically, it's springtime. Birch and Jody have been planning this fishing trip for a while, and they, it's nice to get out of the shop every once in a while, and they've been planning an overnight fishing trip, and it's actually several nights, and they found this pretty cool place in the Mark Twain National Forest, where this place had some cabins, and basically you spend the night there. And this guy would take you out to different parts of the river, and basically you could float different sections of the river, and then every night you come back and spend the night.
Oh, hold on. Just hold on one damn second. There better not be any squealing like a pig in the scenario. I don't know what you're doing. But
I know what he's doing. I was just going to say that exactly.
Jody said that he swore you to silence on that. I don't know.
Yeah, let me. One more question of clarification. this is the normal kind of fishing trip where Michael and Jody kind of get half naked and then disappear for a couple days drinking in the wilderness together. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Normal.
nothing.
Usual.
Nothing. I'm not putting your manhood into question. You guys can have
No.
separate cabins at night.
I didn't know where it was going. I was like, hold up here. Just
Right.
hold up.
So anyways, you guys are planning for this and you're getting all your stuff together and there's some crazy news going out about some violence, some sporadic violence here and there. And, basically they're putting it down to like the bath salt thing. Basically, they're thinking it's some bad meth on the market and it's causing some violence. And so they go ahead and decide that this is something's kind of random, but it should be okay. And so they decide to go on their trip, and where they're at, there's very little outside world contact, which is kind of why you do these kind of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to get away from everything. And, at night they can get on sporadically. It's hit or miss. And first day they go out, dude, they just slay the smallmouth, have a great time. I think, what is it? Keystone's your favorite beverage.
It's a little disclaimer there. It's river beer.
Yeah, no, that's different stuff, But it seems like if I remember right.
Yeah, that's
right?
yeah, we'd have a couple,
Yeah.
here and there.
So you just had an awesome day of fishing. You get back, you guys are, how it is. You're tired, you've been out in the hot, had a great time, a few adult beverages.
Is this where the "I can't quit you" line comes in?
Mm-hmm.
Man. But you kind of tired. You don't really have much chance to check the news or anything, but you do hop on, and it looks like there's a little bit more violence. It's kind of getting a little more crazy that it can't figure out what it is. They're thinking it's not meth related. And, so yeah, you guys still, it's, nothing to worry about. Next day you go back out, same thing. Another great stretch of river. You get back and it starts coming out. You kind of start hearing zombies in quotes.
Ooh.
And you're like, I don't know. So you go out the next day and all of a sudden when you get back, it's like the guy that's been ferrying you, he's like not been feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
Can't figure it out. He's just going to drop you off and head home. And you guys start checking the news and, basically, starts coming out. What's happened is, I don't know if you're aware of it, but there's a fungus called the zombie fungus. It affects ants. Well, this famous researcher had been doing some research on it in southern Missouri because it's a hotbed for science
And ants.
Oh yeah.
Well, it wasn't about the ants. He was just more interested in the fungus, and basically, it keeps coming out that apparently it mutated. And we have a novel, I don't even know how to say this, but it's, we'll just call it the zombie fungus.
Mm-hmm.
And it's airborne and it's going everywhere.
It's no good.
And you try to get a hold of Abby and your family to find out how they're doing, find out what's going on out in the world. And you guys decide you're going to cut the trip short and head home in the morning. And you pull your gear in from the truck, and basically the next morning you go out, and the dude that's been ferrying you back and forth is just nuts. He's like tore up your truck. There's no vehicles. You're in the middle of nowhere. Luckily, you brought your gear in. And so that's where this scenario starts.
Wow.
You see a theme here? You should always bring your shit in with you. Your gear, your bug out bag won't do you any good if you don't have it with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so this is where it gets fun.
Okay. I was just about to step in and remind you that it's normally about a 2-hour show, but we're good.
So
I'm just kidding, Tom. It's great scenario. Go for it.
Yeah, it's always been kind of interesting that, we argue about zombies with my wife, and she's like, it can never happen. I'm like, what about rabies? And then she's like,
DeRay, come on, girl.
And then I'm like, well, what about the zombie ants? And she's like, what? And so it's always zombie ants. I mean, it could happen. It does happen, just not to humans. So anyways.
I'm glad we went Serpent in the Rainbow instead of Deliverance. I'm glad we took that turn.
Dude, I'm not going to put you in a compromised situation. Come on.
It was straight down the Deliverance path. It took a right turn, thankfully, but it was almost there.
Whew. So what do I got, Tom?
I almost went Bigfoot on this scenario, but
yeah.
I decided to go the zombie ant thing. But anyway, so I hooked you up. You've got a pretty sweet Kifaru bag. It's the 22 mag Gen 2 and Coyote Brown.
Nice.
I really like Kifaru's stuff, and if you haven't checked them out recently, they've got a whole new line of like more of smaller bags. They've got some really cool stuff. I just got the Urban Zippy, I think, which is a really cool bag.
Yeah, those are cool.
I really like it, but the Kifaru 22 mag is a nice thin bag. You'll be able to get through the woods and carry all the gear you need.
Nice.
Since you are dealing with zombies, noise is an issue. And I hooked you up with what I think is a really cool rifle. I've got a lot of want for one of these right now. It's a JTAC Industries Elf Owl. Have you seen those?
Oh, no. What is that?
So it's JTAC Industries Elf Owl. It's built on a little Howa, their mini action, and it's 300 blackout. Hooked you up with a 9-inch barrel. It stabilizes a little better, and it's at pretty optimal for 300 blackout.
Mm-hmm.
Uses an AIC type mag, and I threw a Silencer Co. Omega 300 on there for you.
Nice.
For optics, you got a Vortex Strike Eagle 1-8, so you can use it pretty up close if you need to, but it'll still reach out 200 yards pretty easy. And it's
Billy Joe's not going to like that.
What's that?
Billy Joe's not going to like that.
I know, but if it's not Leopold, he doesn't care. So I don't really like Leopold. So nobody's getting Leopold.
Oh, boy.
Man.
Great. Here comes the bad iTunes reviews. Thanks, Tom.
It's just personal. If I was picking a domestic scope, I'm going to pick Burris every time. I don't know why, but Leopold's good. I just bought a rifle. It has a nice Leopold on it, but prefer Burris. And the Vortex Strike Eagle is a great scope. I've got a couple of them on different guns.
I've got one. I've actually put it on the Radian just so I can send a picture to Billy.
But I think those are really cool rifles. I want one of these really bad. They're on my short list. So
what is that name again? Elf?
JTAC. JTAC. Elf. Like Will Ferrell. Elf Owl. Like the bird.
Elf Owl. A lot of words were coming at me, and I was like, what?
It's not a normal combination of words. That's for sure. So it's like
it's
a really
cool gun. It's
super stubby,
chassis gun.
Collapsible bolt gun.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty neat.
It's cool. And then for a sidearm, because really the rifle's good for out a little further, and it'll work up close, but I like something that shoots a little faster if it's up close. So hooked you up with Zeb Technologies, the OZ9C, which is basically a super modded out, custom built. It's not a Glock 19 because they use all their own proprietary stuff, but basically it's a Glock 19. But
nice.
a Gucci Glock 19.
Very Gucci.
Nice.
And I hooked you up with a Silencer Co. Osprey.
I don't have an Osprey, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
4 extra mags for both guns, so you've got 40 rounds for the Elf Owl and 68 rounds for the Glock or something. So that covers your firearms.
All quiet all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, zombies can hear. It's
a thing.
So, for a multi-tool, I hooked you up with a SAC Hercules. I know you like Swiss Army knives, and the Hercules is actually my favorite Swiss Army knife. It's really a good knife to have in a bag. It's got the pliers, which work great for tweezers. They kind of suck as pliers, but really all of them do.
Yeah.
And all the tools and everything. It's really good in the woods, which is where you are. I also went strong Chris Reeves knives for you on this.
Nice.
On your bag, you've got the dagger that you sold. Somehow that ended up coming back to you. It was kind of weird situation.
It regenerated Back in its original location.
Yeah, so you've got that for if you need to take anything out silently, and you've got a Project One for chopping and big stuff.
Yeah.
Which the Project Ones are cool. I don't know if you're aware of those, but they're big. They're like 14 inches overall.
Very nice.
No saw teeth, because I'm not a fan of the saw teeth on these. Seems like they kind of suck to start with, and just stress risers. So no saw teeth.
Sorry, I got you saw teeth then.
Well, I'm on Waterworld, and saw works pretty good. I'm not a fan of the Chris Reeve saw teeth. I don't think they cut well. They're reminiscent of the Randall saw teeth, and they don't cut well either. They're kind of designed for aluminum and helicopters or something.
Or cutting your way out of spaceships, shit like that.
Yeah. You do have your trusty Spyderco Dodo,
Nice.
which is actually one of my favorite Spydercos, other than the Birch ones.
I was about to say.
I had to throw a disclaimer in there. I will say Ben got one of the Danger Pickles or the Murder Pickles or whatever, and took it all apart, blasted everything, the G10, and that is a cool knife. I really like it.
Thanks, man. They did a good job on that.
Last thing you get, man, I hooked you up with a Liam Hoffman Trapper with a 19-inch handle, since you are in the woods and you got to survive as you get back to your family.
Nice.
Great. I think I'm going to do all right.
I've got one of those. I really like that Trapper model. It's got the hammer pull. So for in the woods, it's really good.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very nice detailed scenario as always so far here, Tom. Well
As
played.
I've come to expect.
Yes.
Cool.
And I'm not saying my expectations are high for my scenario, but they're pretty fucking high.
Right. All right, Sean, you want to take a swing at Michael's?
Absolutely. All right. So for Michael's scenario, you need to be familiar with Vince Locke's watercolor paintings for Cannibal Corpse's album covers. And we're going to say that there's been a kind of tear in the fabric of space and time, and that these creatures from an alternate reality are bleeding into our timeline and taking over our world. And really, if you look at, search for the album covers for Gore Obsessed, Torture, The Wretched Spawn, and one more, Butchered at Birth. And that'll give you a pretty good idea of the kind of zombies / monsters you're dealing with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not
Did you
fun.
find them?
Yes.
Oh, man, the Gore Obsessed album cover is awesome. Just the zombie, the king zombie with the cape made out of faces and everything.
Yes.
It's fucking fantastic. But anyway, these evil entities are bleeding into our world. They're taking over everything. They just want to torture, consume, and kill, and that's their whole reason for being. And you're just trying to survive. So, okay.
Wow. You had me at Cape Made of Faces.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, a cape made of faces? Fuck yeah, I need one of those. But yeah, a little bit of, art to go along with it to help create this world that we're populating.
Yeah,
Dude,
being scared is part of the story. Yeah.
Up album covers.
Oh, dude, check out the Tomb of the Mutilated album cover. It's a classic.
Wow.
Before She Rots looks okay.
Oh, boy. All right. So let's get to the gear.
Yeah.
Better have some sweet ass gear to get through this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so silence is of the essence. You don't want to attract these fuckers if you do have to engage. So first off, somehow you came by a Russian AMB-17 integrally suppressed rifle.
Oh, those are so cool.
Oh, dude, right?
Yeah, I love
fucking
those.
Seriously. And that 9x39 cartridge is fucking serious.
I love it. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right, for those of you not familiar, the AMB-17 is a Russian-made integrally suppressed subgun / sniper rifle. And it shoots a 9x39 cartridge, which is an AK 7.62 by 39 round case, necked up to accept a larger, heavier bullet, slightly larger.
They're really cool.
Yeah,
It's got very much a H&K subgun kind of vibe, but with more anger.
Yeah. Well, they evolved it a little bit. The original version was from about 15 years ago or so, called the VSS sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And you can see the evolution there. They've actually improved on it some.
I would love to see Billy build some of these.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there's your rifle, and somehow you've got plenty of ammo. I mean, you've found the fucking gun. You've got a good backstock of ammo.
Oh yeah.
Rare
Now, for
Russian
your
ammo,
pistol.
no less.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the armor-piercing shit, the good stuff.
Yes.
Tungsten tipped. All right. So for your handgun, I gave you a classic high-standard HDM integrally suppressed 22.
Nice.
Because if you're going to run a suppressed 22, why not have it be just classy as shit? And that's what a
Hush
high-standard
puppy.
22 is.
Yeah.
Very nice. All silence.
Yeah. All quiet all the time. And for those of you not familiar, the high standard pistols are fantastic old school 22 pistols. I mean, just really works of art. You don't see 22 handguns like them anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Very well. I mean, just yeah, beautifully done. They actually, the local gun shop here has one. It's let's see, what is it? A Citation, I believe. And man, it looks like somebody just got it, threw it in the safe, you know, in probably the 60s. And then brought it down to the gun shop to put it on consignment. It is fucking gorgeous. So that's what got me really hung up on that.
Old school with the box and everything that my dad gave me. That
Really?
was like the only-
Yeah, I think you showed me that one.
I was going to say, I think I've seen it too. Maybe when we were down there a little while back. Very cool.
All right, so there's your quiet guns. For your big knife, there's a guy, man, I am probably going to just butcher the shit out of his name. I am sorry. I'm ignorant. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a maker in Poland. His name is, okay, let's give this a go. Giedimin Kapuscinski.
Kapuscinski. What's the Instagram handle on him?
He's not on Instagram too much. If you really want to see his stuff, it's, let me spell his first name. It's Giedymins.
What was
And
that
if you
again?
search Giediman's Big Blades on Facebook, it'll bring up his profile. And I'm going to give you a large knife he refers to as the Predator Bowie.
Ooh.
And it's kind of his take on Jack Crane's Predator Machete. And it's just a fantastic big knife. All of his big knives are fucking phenomenal.
Man, they are, aren't they?
I'm telling you.
Dude, I'm not aware of this guy. Thanks for pointing him out.
Man, I don't know much, but I know fucking knives.
That stuff
I like
is
his,
crazy cool.
The one at the top of the page, like the group photo.
Awesome.
The big recurve?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool blade. Awesome.
And he's got some cool stuff, some just really, really nice fixed blades. I mean, meat-eating motherfuckers. Like, if you can go through his photos and find the trench knives he's done. Damn.
Oh, that spear. Apparently, I've seen his stuff before because I'm following him. But I think he was making some like K-bar, like some oversized K-bar type knives.
Yeah, I'm looking at one of those right now. Although
Yeah,
it's instead of having I don't know if those are stacked leather. I know I've seen pictures of them where it looks like scales. I don't know if those are actually stacked leather, but I've saw some where it looked like it was full tang with scales that were made to look like stacked leather.
Yeah, I think those are the knives that kind of caught my eye with his, but just scrolling through his feed, he's got some big ass choppers.
Yes.
I think
Really
this is the
cool.
guy that made like a San Mai K-bar that I sent you a picture of, Mark, maybe?
Maybe so.
Maybe.
Wow, beautiful
Interesting.
stuff.
So for the kids at home, I
Yeah.
think Sean spelled it once, but it's Giedymyn is his first name. And that first name, Big Blades, is the I think I saw it on Facebook. There probably are some other places where you can find it, but that looks like his first name. Last name is spelled K-A-P like Paul, U-S-C-I-N-S-K-I. And there's some very, very, very cool stuff out there.
There's a
Yes.
picture of a trench knife, which is badass, next to a
Oh,
gladius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, cool stuff.
Whew.
Nice swords. Like
Great
Doing
choice
alright.
for
swords.
space-time continuum crossing zombies.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Man, like I said, I've been impressed with the guy's work since the first time I saw it. And every time he posts, I just get a little giddy, like, oh, we put up something new. I can't wait to see what it is.
Yeah. Well, very cool, Sean.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now for your folding knife, I figure, just because it's probably there, you get a Spidey bombshell also.
Nice.
The Spyderco bombshell makes the repeat appearance.
Well, hey, man, we got to help put our friends over, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
Cullen and Harper's got to eat.
That's true.
This we also might call this the gratuitous plug episode.
Just a little bit.
But whatever. That's okay.
Dude, if I had
Okay,
something
then.
cool being made by Spyderco, I'd share it too.
Yeah. That's awesome, Sean.
So that's your loadout.
Thanks, man.
Very cool. Well, mine's going to seem lame in comparison, so you guys both did a good job. All right, so my situation for Michael is not unlike Tom's, probably because I know this has been bugging him, is the whole COVID thing deteriorates and turns into the collapse of society, and then shit gets weird. So he's got the fam. He's on vacation on the beach in Florida because I know that's their happy place, but shit's gone horribly, horribly wrong. So what I have him set up with for a fixed blade is a Randall 18
Nice.
with its apparently not that great sawback, according to Tom, but I know Michael likes the sawback on the 18. But this is an OG. This is an OG 18 sawback crutch tip, flattened tube handle, old school style.
I put some money into that, didn't I?
You did. But it's super cool. So if you're going to be in an ugly situation where you need a decent sized fixed blade, having a badass old school one is cool.
Don't misunderstand me. I love the Randall knives with saws. They don't cut wood.
They cut fish cartilage just fine, Tom.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right.
Okay.
So let's see. That's his fixed blade. His folder. I don't think Michael's ever owned one of these, but I could be wrong because he didn't sell a lot of knives anymore like me. But a Monero custom Stingray, which is really cool. He makes the Stingray is a pretty big knife. He makes a little bit extra big version. He's done them with sort of a big Persian-y sweep, but also in a Tanto blade. And I think I'm going with the just the big sweep blade from Michael.
I'm down.
Because it's, it's actually not a huge sweep on this one, the one that I have the picture of that I'm sending to you guys right now. But it is a cool knife, and it sells, so it's like checkered all over. I would set Michael up with a BDC version because BDC. And
No rust.
I had one of these. They're fantastic in the hand. They fit in the pocket really well. They kind of disappear for being such a ginormous knife. So something from Sal, that'd be cool. And then I only picked one gun for everyone, and this one might not be best if you're in a condo, because I guess if you're trying to clear some hallways and elevators and staircases. But he's been wanting a Chris Vector.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So
What caliber?
Yeah.
Just in 9. He probably wants something with a little more heat, but 9mm Chris Vector folder, Omega setup, sort of integral style. You can make a really, really stubby Chris Vector.
Yeah, you can.
If you do it that way. So that way he could get in and around and deal with situations in very tight places. So
Nice.
And I know Michael's been wanting one. And then I did include a couple essentials to go along with it. And he's a very analog guy who gets frustrated by electronics. So I set him up with a compass, an old school brass cased compass instead of a GPS, because they're going to try to get home to Ozark because it's better there.
Always.
I also, instead of a flashlight, I gave him one of those crank handle camp lanterns, because he's going to need to keep Colin busy, and Colin can crank the camp lantern.
Yeah.
And it's kind of foolproof. I got him a ham radio, but not one of those stupid ones with numbers and digital displays, like an old school dial knob ham radio. So he can keep in contact with everyone. And then I did include some food to keep everyone happy. Maybe not Abby, but everybody else. So there's an overabundance of Reese cups in the condo. Also
Nice.
nachos, because the kids love those too.
They do.
And some pork fried rice.
Nice.
Because I know.
Yeah, I feel like
favorites.
someone didn't like my EMP situation.
This was
payback.
No. This was all done 2 days ago, but it is funny that we went opposite directions. Maybe not surprising. So there you go. You can eat good. You're going to get fat with all that delicious food, but sorry.
Very excited about this situation.
Sign me up, he said. All right. So we've been through 3. So we got Sean left, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sean, are you ready to rock, buddy?
I was born ready.
You got scenarios coming your way.
Are you anticipating the fun?
Oh, I'm giddy.
Yeah.
All right. Michael, you want to go first with Sean?
Sure.
We'll save Tom for last on Sean, I guess, because he's probably got another very detailed scenario, and that's a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sean gets the Mad Max treatment. It's going to be, I don't know how we get there. I didn't do a whole backstory, but we get there. It's you're going to want to be looking cool and hanging tight and having some cool guns and knives during this.
Okay.
Style matters in this scenario. All right.
Then I'm your guy.
This
For
is
a folder.
apocalyptic Max style scenario?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of went kind of funky and did a Caswell morphing karambit for you.
Ooh.
Oh,
I don't know who's directing this apocalypse, but there's going to be some slow-mo shots, lots of, fight scenes and
Yeah.
that sort of shit.
That morphing karambit's perfect for slow-mo deployment,
Yeah.
spin, all the craziness.
Stick
Obviously.
it in your forearm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's style, Tom. Come on.
Lots of style. You've obviously got a leather duster. It's kind of, I don't even have to say it really. We know this.
Sean in the apocalypse and a duster kind of are a requirement.
Yeah. I mean, we all envisioned it when I
Yes.
even said it.
No, that's fair.
So for your fixed blade, I'm going with a Bill Siegel Parang.
Ooh.
nice.
Out of like 5160. I think it had like a 6 inches overall, maybe. But that can be riding behind your back in the duster. You're going to pull that thing out, slow mo again, doves maybe in the background. It's going to be great.
I knew there would be some doves flying in slow-mo somewhere.
Yeah. Truthfully, we're kind of verging on a little bit of Book of Eli here.
Yeah. So if people want to look up Bill Siegel, I think his name is pronounced spelled Siegle,
That is correct.
right?
Yep.
He made some cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So much cool stuff. A lot of, very user friendly, I'd say bare bones, but they're, they just look like they beg to be used.
Yes.
Satin finished, a lot of gun code or whatever he was using at the time. But he used a lot of like ethnic blades as inspiration and made very cool versions of them. So I thought that Parang would be very fitting for him.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd take it.
He's got the handle nailed on that Parang too, right? Where it's like, that thing is
yeah.
locked in when it's in your hand.
Now here's where it gets weird. I had picked the Marlin suppressed lever action.
What?
But I had 2 options for you. I was either going to give you the one that surfaced around 2018. I think when I looked up, Mad Pig Customs had made it. They'd done a Marlin 1894 in 357 Magnum that had the rail. It had, you've seen it. It's got, I think, the Osprey suppressor on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's gorgeous.
Pistol caliber carbine suppressed is wicked.
Yeah. But then I was like, you either have that or you can have the 336 dark on 3030.
Nice.
So it's up to you, buddy.
Man, I'm taking the Mad Pigs Custom. That's right up my alley.
That is
Yeah,
such
more,
a
more
gorgeous,
shots too.
such a gorgeous rendition. You guys talked about that earlier. It's just,
Yeah.
I feel like we've tried this before. Like remember when the ARs, people started making them with like wood handles and shit, and they were really gross. Like the lever action has been done right.
Oh, yeah.
But for the record, I'm still not convinced you can't do the AR that way and have it be right.
Well, I don't know. I feel like there was a trend there for a little bit of people trying to make it look like a classic. They're taking something futuristic and making classy looking. And I don't think it worked that way or that well.
Jesse James did a pretty cool rendition. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Dude. They were set up across from us at SHOT Show 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was with Chris Reeves or Columbia River Knives, and it was pretty awesome.
That Mad Pig 1894 is way, way cool. That is like straight out of video game kind of.
It's fucking wicked, but
crossover.
It flows. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's not supposed to look that way, which is so crazy.
Right.
Straight out of my dreams, man. That's a good looking rifle.
Yep.
You know me.
Yep.
Well, and the cool thing is 357 out of a rifle length barrel isn't far behind a 30-30 ballistically. It's out to 150 yards. You won't tell much of a difference.
I see that.
Nice.
I can see that.
Because it bumps up the longer barrel and burn it. It's pretty cool.
Way cool.
Now for like some essentials, I got you an iPod filled with sludge metal.
Cool.
All
No
your
different than my current iPod, I see.
Exactly. Yeah.
and some leather conditioner for your duster.
Oh, much appreciated. Don't want that bitch looking ashy.
No, you don't want that thing cracking. I thought it was very strange that we both came up with that lever action dark.
That is funny. That is funny. Maybe not so surprising when you think about it, but yeah, that given them the amount of different stuff that's out there, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of guns out there.
There are.
Wild West made some pretty cool takedown levers too.
Yeah.
Not as cool as this dark gun. I really like the quad rail up front. Really
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
cool.
Super cool.
Well, enjoy your apocalypse, buddy.
I intend to.
Okay, so I went. Maybe this is silly. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Sean is gonna enjoy my apocalyptic scenario more. And I say it because Sean's at a music festival of his favorite music, and things go horribly wrong, and there's like an immediate societal collapse. Fortunately, Sean is also holed up nearby the camp. He's got a camp nearby the music festival where he's staying. And the dudes from Sun are staying with him at the camp. So, he's got tunes built in live. But also, because Sun is there, I'm skipping to the essentials part, he can protect the compound with sonic waves.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
So he can hold the perimeter with sonic waves, thanks to the guys from Sun. So they're going to lay it down and hold everyone out at bay. And then what we'll talk about is the rest of what he would need in case they need to take a piss break or, amp-load a tube or that kind of thing.
Go out to buy smokes, who knows?
Go out about, whatever they need to do. I'm good. And you'll be good because you got a lot of cool stuff. So what you have, I think of Sean as a very personal guy when it comes to selecting this kind of gear. So I didn't pick a giant fixed blade for him. I picked the most personal fixed blade I could come up with. And I think he's either got one or waiting on one. And that's a Dave Brown Visana Blade Works trench knife.
Waiting on one, yeah.
In 3V, of course.
Of course.
So that if he has to use it, he gets to enjoy what happens next up close. So Visana Blade Works trench knife, which that's the best one I could come up with for a fixed blade. I was going to go with Naginata, but we talked about that before, and so I picked that for you in the past. So from a folder perspective, this is like major throwback. Sean probably owned one of these at some point in his life. I don't know, but an old school Emerson CQC6 threaded bolster.
Oh.
Zero grind, super gnarly, with a Monero checkered backspacer, kind of classy and old school, and just a super badass folder.
Yeah, very.
Did you ever have a threaded bolster, Sean, or a 6?
No, man, I have an order for a 6 that I've been waiting 21 years on.
When we have Ernie on, we'll ask him about that.
Nah, there's no use. I'm not going to be that guy.
The old school ones are super cool, as you are well aware, right? They're so
Yes. Oh, especially the threaded bolster.
fun, throwback, old school folder, easy carry, all that kind of stuff too. And there's Zero, which I know you like.
Very much. Well, I'm a fan of the 6 anyway. You dance with who brought you.
There you go. There you go. So then and I only picked one gun for all these. So the gun that I picked was actually picked by somebody earlier, and that's a Billy Cho AK. I picked a Russian 12.5-inch. I phoned a friend for some technical details. So he said, go Russian, 12.5-inch, proper Russian furniture to keep it old school. And my observation was that, that's for when you want to rein the hate, but you also like to party. So it seemed like the right combo. Silencer Co. Omega, the whole setup. Since it was mentioned earlier, I actually had a backup gun pick for Sean. In the name of very personal, and that is just a straight up short break barrel 12 gauge.
Yeah.
Ooh.
With a couple of like a cross set of bandoliers with tungsten 12 gauge rounds.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the first gun I ever shot was a 20 gauge break open single shot.
There you go.
I still got that gun.
Dude, a cut down 12 is it's a fearsome thing.
Yes. And then, like I said, we got a son at the camp. They can protect him with sonic waves. The drone pretty much flattens everything in its path, so that's all very positive. I got him a sat phone with all the gigabit speed internet he can burn, so he can do podcasts from there without problems.
Nice.
And because he probably at this point would be doubled up with a sweet break barrel and a Russian AK, a proper green Adidas tracksuit. Because if you have a Russian AK, you got to be wearing an Adidas tracksuit. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Damn. You went straight Eastern Bloc.
I did on the firearm side, yeah. And high five to Billy Cho for the technical details that he knew would light Sean to fire.
Because we had just talked about it a week or two ago. I got him putting together. I've got him putting together one of the KP9 pistols for me.
Nice.
So he knows I like the classic Russian furniture.
Yeah. Right. He knows what's up. All right. So, Tom, I think you're up on Sean's scenario. And I think that's the last one on our list.
Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So the name of Sean's scenario is Sean Goes to War.
Wow.
So, yeah. So basically, Sean lives out in some rural area in Ohio, and they found out that the ranch next to them was a pretty large property. It had been recently been purchased, and he'd been hearing some weird stuff about these people that moved in. When they go into town, it's a small community. People see people, and it was kind of weird. They wear black shirts and black sweatpants and these black and white Nikes, and they had some armband stuff, but nobody could really tell what it was. And yeah, so he thought it was weird. He'd heard some of that, and as time goes on, he sees them on the edge of his property. Some of these people are hiding in the trees looking, and they always wear the same thing: this black sweatpants, black shirt, black and white Nikes.
Cue the ominous dissonant music.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, he was talking with some neighbors, and they said they'd been asking about Sean and his family, and came back to him that they've been interested, especially in Rachel and Shade, and something about the chosen one kept coming up. I don't know. So, and basically, that's just kind of the backstory. Some just hanky stuff was going down, right? And so, basically, here's how it went down. I guess a couple weeks ago, Sean got some pretty sweet deals on like 3 sets of the Martin Logan speakers. These are the tower speakers, and he had been setting up his shop with this kick-ass stereo system, and it's not that big of a place, but he wanted to feel it. So he's got this awesome stereo system and basically Sean's become nocturnal. He just works at night.
Okay.
Man, so far, most of the stuff you're saying ain't too far from reality. We actually have a cult with a compound around here, so.
Well, that's pretty crazy, man. So, yeah.
Dude, if you lived around here, no, it ain't that crazy. That ain't the craziest fucking thing around here.
So, yeah. So, the night it went down, he's out in the shop. He finally got his stereo system set up. And, dude, he's just going to jam, right? So, he's he pulled out his little secret iPod that nobody knows about with his dirty secret music on there.
Whoa.
And spun up some George Michaels.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is that Wham? Guilty pleasure iPod.
Oh.
So he's just out there cranking and just working away, making some of his wicked ass knives in the shop. And he started smelling some fire. And if you're a knife maker, you know, smoke is like, it's scary stuff. Like you like shut down the shop and start looking. And so he's looking and can't find anything. And he finally turns the speakers off and he hears a commotion and he runs outside and his house is on fire. And these people have Rachel and Shade and they're taking off towards their compound and all he can see is taillights. And his house is on fire, and he's like, holy crap. So he darts inside and grabs his gear because it's ready to go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Of course.
Apparently, there was a group of Heaven's Gate that did not jump on the comet, so they're underground. That's who keeps their website up, and they've been recruiting new members. And that's what he finds out is next door. So Sean's ready to go to war.
Wow.
It's not war. It's genocide, bitches.
Yeah.
A lot of black.
So
makers.
yeah, so that's our scenario, and
Check that out.
and when I pictured this, I was like, Sean's got to go to war because I could, like, if Sean was decked out with the gear, he would look like a bad little son of a bitch, man, with his beard. You know what I'm saying, with the chest set up. So I went with Hill People gear for him. For his packs. I set him up with the heavy recon kit bag, the prairie belt, which is set up as a war belt, and then a Tara Humara pack to carry his ammo and other gear.
Nice.
And when I picture Sean all decked out, I picture him with the night vision down over his head, just a little monocular. So you got this badass beard flowing around and just, you know, just ready to go. That's my picture here.
And one glowing eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Hill People gear stuff, I don't know if you've ever played with it. I've got some of their stuff and it's awesome and it's got Molly all over it. The Prairie Belt is pretty cool. This was developed based straight off of like the cavalry Prairie Belts where you had all your ammo. They're wider belt and they held your ammo, pistol and rifle and all that. So that you can set them up pretty cool. For pouches, I went with Blue Force gear. Their 10-speed pouches are, I think, the best in the industry. If you haven't tried them, they really work good. And so yeah, that's his pack outfit. So for long gun,
go ahead and put Hill People gear here in my favorites because I am digging what I'm seeing. I was unaware of them, man.
Oh yeah,
really?
Nick Rolfe uses their chest rig on his search and rescue stuff. Their stuff is really good and it's made here in the US. I think they're a St. Louis based company.
Really?
Yeah. So for your rifle, Sean, this is all in your bag because all you could grab was your bag. So you don't have your big gun or anything. But you do have a pretty sweet weapon to go with. Maxim Defense. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They have a PDW, which is personal defensive weapon, in 300 Blackout. And I've got a Dead Air Sandman on there for you. So that's your main gun.
Ooh.
You got 6 mags in your chest rig.
Oh, I know that gun. I just brought up an image. Hell yeah.
That's a great bag gun. And so, yeah, that's what you had in your bag. And nice and quiet. You could do some business with it. And then for your sidearm, I gave you 2 sidearms, dude.
Cool.
You got a pair.
One for each hand.
You got a matching pair of FNX 45s with Silencer Co. Ospreys.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
the FNX 45 is a hell of a pistol.
Yeah, 15 rounds. I mean, if you're going to war, go to war.
Shit, yeah.
So you got 4 mags for each gun on your belt. Here's where some overlap happened, kind of crazy. I went with, you're not really in a survival situation, but for me, seeing you go to war, I went with a full custom Jason Knight kukri with the ironwood handle and full rig,
Nice.
full build.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, dude, I'm already getting scared. You got a Leatherman free P2 just to keep your gear running, or unlock some stuff if you need. It's a lighter weight, smaller multi-tool. In your pocket, you've got a Spyderco Yojimbo. I think it's a great Spyderco tactical knife.
Yeah, I do too.
I really like them. And then, since you're going to war and you got your battle gear on, I put a couple Bastinelli fixed blades on you. So you've got a Mako and a Sin.
Nice.
Yeah.
I really like Bastinelli's fixed blades and his work. He's got a Reaper kind of like Japanese. You know what I'm talking about? The blade sticks out. It was like a scythe or whatever.
Oh, Kama.
Yeah,
Kama.
Kama. So he makes one similar to that, and I almost got you that because it's kind of Grim Reaper-esque. It's really cool. But since you're going to war, I went with the bigger kukri.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is on all your firearms, I went with the RMR dual illuminated Trijicon sight, and I put the green triangle on all of them. I really want to try this. In theory, for me, like on your rifle, you can, if you're up close, you just cover them with the triangle. But if you sight it in right, out at 100 yards, you just put the tip of the triangle where you want. And the green it stands out pretty good. So that's what you've got on all your guns.
Huh. Dig it.
And then for your Hawk, I gave you an RMJ Eagle Talon, which is for me, it's a really iconic going to war breaching tool weapon. So that's your loadout.
Nice.
Now, man, I think it's safe to call that Tomahawk a modern classic. Period.
Oh, yeah. I think it started what's happening right now. That's the genesis of all the modern Hawks.
Absolutely. Which now, on my thing, I meant to say at the beginning, I would just give each of you an RMJ Raven Hawk, because that's my favorite Hawk going right now.
Let's see if I know.
Well, thank you.
What one is.
It's the bearded axe.
Oh yeah, those are so cool.
That is cool.
So yeah, that's your scenario and loadout, Sean. Go get Rachel and Shade.
I will.
Go get the chosen one.
And give some crazy motherfuckers the good news.
That's right.
I think I read too much fiction, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe.
Seems to me it's just about right.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was fun though.
I had fun with this episode.
Yeah.
I will say I got to give Tom the A for effort for the depth and detail of the picks and the story. The stories were quite detailed. That's very fun.
Yeah, that he put the effort in. Made me feel bad.
Well, I anticipated. You were like, you got to build a scenario. I'm like, really? Because I already picked up stuff for you guys, and then I had to build scenarios and change some stuff. So,
and Tom's muttering under his breath, "Here's your fucking scenario. Your fucking stupid fucking scenario."
Right.
But once I started, it was a lot of fun. I've been thinking about this for about 4 days, and I was like, I don't know if I can pull it off, but.
Oh, no, dude. Executed with aplomb. Well done.
I just basically gave movie scenarios. Right. Thing's already done. He built his. I'm like, yours is like Waterworld.
I wasn't smart enough to do that, I guess.
No, I liked it.
It was fun.
That was interesting episode. Different. We've done a number of gear pick type things in the past, but this is a good idea, Michael. I think it was definitely interesting to kind of sit for a couple minutes and think, okay, what would be the right stuff for this guy in this situation? Or
it really just gives us more shit to look at to buy. And that's really,
dude, it's just feeding the Walter Mitty side of our brain. I mean,
absolutely one of the best movies ever. I love that movie. No?
What's that?
I haven't seen it. I'm just
You haven't
aware
seen
of the
Walter
book and the
Mitty?
premise.
Wow. I actually really like. That's one that you can watch with Abby. My kids have all watched it. It's a great story.
Is it better than Frogville or?
Well, I
It
haven't
comes to Frogtown. Show it some
I
respect.
haven't watched that yet, so I'll watch it and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
It's on Amazon. Hell Comes to Frogtown. It looks like it's not part of Prime though, so you'd actually have to pay, and that's where my threshold of pain comes in.
I don't think I can do that.
Print it.
$3.99 to $9.99, based on Sean's description of you might make it 20 minutes. I don't know. I got to find another way to watch it.
It's not so great. Now, I mean, if you're into bad B movies and you can
there you go.
take it as a comedy and laugh at it,
that's the only way to do it, right?
it's gold. I mean, it's
I want
fucking
those.
gold.
I want those to be free, though.
Yeah. You remember watching The Blob back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, maybe I take it back. There's it looks like there's a double feature on Amazon Prime: DEF CON 4 and Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Dude, sign us up.
That's
awesome.
That's like a weekend day ender right there.
Have you guys got anything cool recently?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't think so.
I've got that 9mm AK pistol that Billy's putting together for me. Right now, we're just waiting on a tail hook for the brace on it, and
that's going to be
send
really
it to my
cool.
FFL. But the damn tail hook's been back ordered.
Yeah, Sean, I didn't know what your proclivity in firearms was. I had no idea what you were going to like, so that was actually a really challenging part.
Man, I'm actually pretty easy when it comes to guns because I'm all over the place.
Yeah, me too.
I'm nowhere near as nerdy with guns as I am with knives, so I'm not quite as serious about it, and I'm way more, just free rolling with the gun thing.
I almost got you the Billy Cho, but I knew you already had one coming.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I figured that was. I guess we double dipped that one already, but I figured it would have gotten deeper. That would be a common pick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
now,
why I
to
had
be
it
honest
back
with
up.
you, I almost gave you a Billy Cho AK. So
Yeah.
Well, Billy, get on this shit. Why
Yeah,
don't we
Billy.
have Billy Cho AKs for all of us? So-called friend of the show.
I told him he was going to get mentioned a couple times, and he could just
for
leave
advertising.
he could just leave me a package on the front porch. We don't have to do any fancy paperwork and all that.
it's that simple.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you're not a pussy, it's that simple.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Mark?
I got this just here a couple days ago. Thank you to Michael and Derek at Steel Flame, one of Michael's saucer bottle
Oh, I
openers
saw that.
Yeah.
with a bunch of skulls that
With like 50
warrior skulls. Yeah, that Derek put on there
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
with his crazy patina. So super, super kind of those guys. So thanks, fellas. Beautiful little piece.
Yeah.
Popping bottles, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
Birch, you get anything?
Well, I finally picked up or got one for Father's Day. Casio, the Casio
Yeah.
G-Shock.
The G-Shock. What do you think? Because I've never had one. I
love
kind of think it's pretty cool.
I've worn it every day. I haven't had a digital watch since I was a kid. It's kind of crazy.
You don't
how
have
much
an
I
Apple
enjoy it.
Watch?
I don't.
Man, I'm actually getting ready to buy a new Apple Watch. I use it in the shop every single day.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid of the Apple Watch. I'm afraid I'll like it too much, and I'll end up wearing it all the time, and I don't know.
So
Scares me.
I actually like it quite a bit, but I only wear it to work. If I go out anywhere else, I put on something else because so many people have them. I just want to be different, But in the shop as a tool watch, I wouldn't be without it. Especially like how many times have you forgot and left a blade too long in the acid, or you got blades in heat treat and you lose track of time, or in the tumbler. I use it in the tumbler. The alarms I use constantly all day long.
Yeah.
I forget stuff all the time. Surface grinders going downstairs. Oh, forgot about that.
I'm telling you, an Apple Watch, set the timers. It saved me so many times on blades in Damascus. It's not even funny. And I know exactly how long I need to leave a blade in the tumbler to get the finish I want. So I just set an alarm, go get it. Because I'll just get busy grinding or doing whatever, and 3 hours later I'm like, oh yeah, the tumbler's running.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I will at some point. I'm afraid of it.
As far as watches going, I've been kind of looking at a G-Shock. They make what's the Gravity Master or something? It's pretty cool.
Yep.
But the one I really want right now, and it's not that expensive, I just have been putting it off, the Arnold remake, the Arnie, the Seiko Arnie.
Yeah.
I want one of those really bad. I don't know why, and they're not that expensive. I got a lot of other stuff I'm paying for right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
like knives.
I have a couple of those Casiokes, like the one that Michael got, and I really like them too. They're very comfortable and light.
Yeah.
It feels weird to wear it because I have some other watches that are pretty nice, and I got my Apple Watch that, like Tom, I wear every day for work, and but they are really, really cool. I like them a lot.
Which one is yours, Michael?
Green.
That's what it's called. It's not like a Mudmaster or anything.
Oh, it's shoot, I don't know what the real name for it is.
Yeah, it's like a 2100 or something. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's really clean. I like it because some of them, I'll be honest, get way too busy for me.
No,
Yeah.
I guess it's 47 millimeter, but it doesn't seem like it. One, because it's light, but it doesn't seem that big on the wrist. I don't know.
It's relatively thin for a G-Shock too, so that's part of why it wears so nice.
Yeah, it's $100 of fun. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, Michael's got the Odie green one. I have the yellow version, and I have the they have a black version that has a camo dial or a camo bezel. And I'm not a big camo guy, but that just looked cool. It was a nice little contrast color pop thing. So yeah, but they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
I sent an Apple Watch down for Michael and Abby to play around with, and they tried it and weren't sure they were there yet. But I agree, Tom. They're a fantastic productivity tool. I like it for work because I don't have to touch my phone. I can see if I get a text message or an email or something else. I can just kind of glance and know whether I need to stop or keep going and stuff like that.
Well, the new ones for exercise are really good too, with the heart rate
Yes.
monitor and the EKG. And I mean, I'm going to get a Gen 5 here real quick, but
There's a 6 coming this fall.
yeah.
Yeah. I skipped the 5. I have a 4. I was going to get a 5, and then it's like, nah, 6 is coming this fall. I'll just wait.
Well, I've got a 1.
Oh, wow.
And it still rocks. That's on my wrist right now. It's crazy. I bought a 2. Ben took it. I bought a 3 for Jake. He didn't want it. Ben took it. Gave the 2 to Zach. So I bought a 1, 2, and a 3. I just don't have access to them.
Yeah. I think the one I sent down to Michael to play with was a 3, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then I have a 4. So that's what I've been using for quite some time now. And yeah, you're right.
Maybe I'll wait.
The exercise stuff's really nice because you can say I'm walking or biking or whatever. I can put in there, like if we go out on the kayaks, I can put paddling in is actually like an exercise thing it'll record. And, you know, it reminds you to get your ass up every once in a while, all that stuff. I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I turned all that off because it's like, it's time to stand. I'm like, I've been standing for 8 damn hours.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I picked up a couple things.
Nice.
Off of eBay, I picked up a vintage Remington fixed blade. It's leather stacked with the aluminum pommel. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool.
And then I've, for some reason, I've lucked into some crazy good prices on some Chris Reeves hollow handle knives. So from our last discussion, I think I'm up to 5 now.
Wow.
Just
Collecting.
crazy good deals. You know me.
Did Remington actually make those knives, or did somebody produce them with their name on them, or what?
I think it's, well, you know, Remington made a whole bunch of knives, the bullet trappers and all that stuff. And I don't know if they produced these or not. I still got to research it a little. It's a Remington DuPont.
Okay.
Is what's on it. Really cool knife. I really like it. So
Yeah, I didn't know whether, I mean, just shows my ignorance about Remington knives, but I didn't know if they made those bullet knives themselves or if they were farmed or what, but they actually made those in-house.
I don't know.
I wonder if Schrade Walden made those for him.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
Really? Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea. You know who
They were
who knows?
they were really classic and collectible. I don't have any.
The bullet knives?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I've got some of the ones they did in the 80s, but
Yeah, that's what I got. I got about 10 of those. I used to get them for Christmas.
yeah, I've got 3 or 4. They're really cool.
Did they have like a year on them? Like the year that, of that? Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, they came out with a year, and then each one had a poster. Then you had a bullet, and then you had a silver bullet.
Oh.
And the
Dude,
silver
those
bullet
posters are cool. I've got a couple in the shop.
Yeah, I've got one in the grinding room. But yeah, the silver bullet had a sterling silver, bullet in it and stuff.
Fancy.
But they started those in 92, I think, was when they repopped them.
Was it the 90s? Yeah. I don't
Yeah, that's when they started redoing them.
Probably so.
Very cool. All right, fellas. So last time, Sean, we talked about Robert Carter. It sounds like he went home at this point, right? Is he?
I think he's
I
back
believe
in.
he's home.
No, I think he's back in.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah, he had an abscess behind his liver, right?
Yeah, so he's back in there. He's still doing good, but he's having some complications and is back in the hospital.
Okay.
But he looked good. I mean, it sounds like he came really close to not making it. So
Yeah.
very, very fortunate.
Yeah. Be safe out there, guys.
Yeah. All right. You guys got anything else you want to talk about? We're kind of wrapping up here, I think.
Yeah. Sorry for running long, Tom.
Sorry, guys.
It was awesome. Don't
I had
apologize
fun.
for awesomeness.
Yeah.
No, I lost track of time. I figured we were running short.
No, we're good. All right. So we have a couple things coming up. We have an interview, our next interview. I think we have our interview lined up. We got to make sure the time frame works because he's got a couple big projects going. So we got to make sure that we can squeeze him in from a time schedule from his side of things, but another knife maker. So we'll announce that when we get a little closer. So we got an interview lined up. We do need to do our Moran history episode. And I know we've been saying that since 1997 or something, but we are going to get on the Moran episode. We got to dig our research back out and get on that. And then we got a couple other interviews kind of down the line of folks who are from some different parts, kind of like Chad's situation, different parts of the industry and of the scene. And maybe a couple people are going to learn some very interesting stuff from, I hope. So some really, really cool things coming and some guests that I'm 100% confident you will really enjoy. So lots happening. So high five to our Patreon supporters. Thank you all for, as always, for your support. For keeping with us and helping us along. For all of our folks who join us in the Facebook group, as always, we really appreciate you guys. Everybody gives us comments and feedback and suggestions and sometimes some funny discussions that go along with episodes. I'm sure there will be some of those coming out of this thing. As always, if you have ideas or suggestions, especially topical interviews, we got a deep interview roster, which is really good for us, and we're very thankful for that. But if you have specific topical episodes like this one that you think would be fun, we have a couple suggestions on those. Someone wanted to see some stuff about more knife-making technique things. We may do a series of those as mini-sodes or something else, or we may do a big episode. I don't know. We'll have to see. But if you have topical episode ideas that you think would be good, let her rip. We'd love to hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Always looking for good ideas.
Yeah. All right. Well, fellas, it was fun. I'm going to go look for Hell Comes to Frogtown. Get her queued up.
I got to get a couch for the sofa or a couch for the shop.
Couch.
apparently.
Shop couch. You going to get a safe? No, I'm going to get a shop couch.
Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, I've got one of those, but a sofa. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Birch has a sofa in the shop, or at least he did.
I do.
Maybe he's been caught napping on it before. Just saying.
Yeah. I got caught this summer.
I did order a 8-inch foam mattress for next door, so I'm setting it up for you guys. I got slowly but surely I've got the shower facility already all set up, the bathrooms. So next
Nice.
beds.
Is the bed going to be on the infield of the go-kart track or around the outside?
Yeah, right. In the pit area.
In the pit.
Nice.
All right. Fellas, thanks for your time. Good discussion. It was definitely a fun one. Hopefully people like it. If you think we were dumb or had weird ideas, don't be surprised because we told you.
Stay tuned next week.
Yeah. Just wait till next time if you think these were dumb.
Obviously don't know the brand.
Yeah, that'd be a first-time listener.
Yeah, exactly. Someone with unreasonably high expectations. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks all.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
To learn more about our makers, you can find Tom Crine on the web at crineknives.net, in his Facebook group, Crine Knives, or in his Instagram account, @Crine Knives. For Michael Birch, check birchtreeblades.com, Facebook group Birch Tree Blade Works, or Michael's Instagram @BirchTreeBlades. For myself and the Raygun Bead Project, we're on the web at raygundivision.com. We have a Facebook group called Raygun Division, or my personal Instagram @msteiner. For those interested in photos, references from the show, or some discussion about the show itself, you can find us on the web at markofthemaker.com, in a Facebook group called Mark of the Maker, or on our Instagram at Mark of the Maker. Last but not least, the ultra cool and haunting background music we use for the show is a piece called Noir Guitar by Stevie's Amp Shack, found at the Free Music Archive and licensed under Creative Commons CC BY 4.0. Thanks for listening.